I 32 am married to my wife 27F for almost 6 years now. We've been together for 8 years and 3 months. We are living together for 7 years now. It was, in my opinion, always great. I really feel like we were the perfect couple. We both have a car, good jobs, stable finances, and we bought a house 5 years ago. February 2022 I unfortunately, very unexpectedly, lost my mother to a heart attack. What followed were very rough months, for me but also for my wife, who was also very close to my mother. And by rough I mean really rough. In 6 months' time we only went out like 2 times, we always stayed in just relaxing on the couch and chilling, watching TV. I wasn't, due to circumstances, happy, but I expected we would get through this. D-Day, as I see everyone call it, was 5 weeks ago. My wife went out drinking with 3 male friends from work about 5 minutes away from our house. I was like, okay cool, but I'm going to bed soon. Middle of night 0:30 she came home, with the 3 guys, I know all of them, and said she was going out in the city with them. I didn't like it, but couldn't stop her. Everything closes at 4 o'clock, but even though it's a 15 minutes ride she came home at 5:30? That's when my suspicions began, even though before this night I never mistrusted her. Today 4 weeks ago she left the entire Sunday, said she was going to some carnival with her mom. I did not trust it, but what can you do? She even left without saying goodbye, while I was taking a shower. Later that day when she came home she entered our house crying. My first response was, honey, come here, what happened? Did something happen? What's got you so upset? Her literal first words at that moment were, I want a divorce. After that we talked a bit about it, both very emotional. I straight up asked her if she cheated, but she said no. She told me she's been unhappier for a longer period of time and hence the divorce. She literally never told me something was wrong with our relationship, so this came as a complete shock to me. Anyway, after the talk she left and she lives at her mom's house now. 4 days later I saw her again because we had a dog for which I alone cannot take care of, and neither can she at her mom's house. So our dog stays at an aunt's house now. Anyway, because I saw her I confronted her about cheating again, and this time she admitted it. She told me she cheated on me for the entire week since she went drinking until the week later when she left home. She said she thinks she is in love with him. I asked what's so great about him and the only thing she says is yes, we have a good connection/spark. So that's it I suppose. She also said she feels like she is going through some sort of midlife crisis. Doesn't know what to do with her life, doesn't know what she wants. In my opinion she's going crazy, she died, don't know if this is the correct word, sorry, her hair purple? And all out of nowhere she signed up for lessons to drive a motorcycle. The first week or maybe 2 weeks after I tried reconciling, if that's the right word, but she wouldn't budge. Every serious message I send her gets straight up ignored. Casual messages I do get a reply on, but it's short responses with arrogance I guess. I seriously do not recognize my wife anymore. Her personality seems to have changed in literally 1 week time. She is treating me as if I never existed in her life and like I'm some piece of garbage. Is this some kind of defense mechanism to make it easier for her, pushing her problems towards the future? Or could it be she really changed and feels this way now? How on earth is this possible? I mean, I know falling in love is an awesome feeling, but what happens with her in a few months when the honeymoon phase with this guy is over and she really wakes up from it all? I've been experiencing a lot of mixed feelings. Really a lot. I resent her for the fact she cheated on me and I'm really disappointed. But I also realize and know that the fundament, basis of our marriage was always great. From D-Day to today we are 5 weeks further. She is still not officially filed for divorce, and neither I have L. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly certain she is still seeing the guy she cheated on me with. To be honest, at this moment I'm torn between wanting to save our marriage and just ending. At this moment I honestly do not care if we get back together or if we divorce. So I honestly don't know what to do. If I file for divorce now I might regret this in the future for being too fast I suppose. But I also cannot keep living in this sort of limbo in which I am officially still married, but she already left. Edit. The first 4 days after she left I was still not sure whether she was cheating on me or not. Those days were the absolute worst, because yes, those days I felt extremely guilty and felt like I messed it up. But after she admitted the cheating those feelings started to fade away. And even though I might be to blame somewhere, our marriage ending is 100% her fault. She never showed me she wasn't happy, she looked happy. Popu would make a good actress, she never talked about being unhappy and what should change. And then to top it all she cheated and continues to do so. This is done. I do not anymore believe there is a way back from this. Also at the moment I do not even miss her. Sure, sometimes I still miss who and what we were as a couple, but this woman she's become? Honestly I almost feel sorry for the next guy whose heart she is, inevitably, going to break. Honestly my mom's passing I'm dealing with quite well. Of course I have other concerns etc. at this moment, but still. I was really just getting out of the down and crawling back up, wanting to go outdoors, have drinks, have fun, ride my motorcycle etc. But yes, then she cheated and kicked me back in the ravine, sort of speak. It'll be fine with time. Must admit I am really not looking forward to the holidays. No mom. No wife. My dad is alone after 40 years of marriage. But we'll deal with it. Life goes on and on. Luckily I do have a very sweet sister and a very good group of friends who I've known for over 20 years. I am nowhere near ready to dive into single life again. But somewhere I'm also a bit excited. It's been more than 8 years since I dated. More than 8 years since I've gone out without checking with my partner. Of course I fell as deep as possible this year, but I truly believe there are good times to come. One of the Redditor is absolutely right about us marrying too young. I was 26 when we married, she was 21. I haven't changed all that much in those years, but it might indeed be that she has changed a lot and suppressed those feelings for a long time. Note, she herself said she feels like she has a midlife crisis. Those are not my words, but hers. To go a bit more in depth about mutual interests, hobbies, traits, etc. All I said in the post is that we had a stable life. I didn't go in depth because I didn't think it would matter all that much, and besides the post is already quite long. But here goes, hobbies and interests. We both like gaming, but we actually never play together. At the moment I'm into Age of Empires 4 playing on my PC. And then she would play The Witcher on PS4. We both liked watching a good Netflix show. Especially since mom died, we did that a lot. But even before that we both rather stayed in together to watch a good movie, instead of going out drinking. We did occasionally go out to the cinema, pooling, and approx once or twice a month we went out for dinner. We both like motorcycles. I have my license and a bike, she did not. She always loved sitting on the back seat of the bike riding passenger. When she was young her dad also took her on rides on his bike. But apparently now she also wants her own license and bike. Did not know. We both like spending time with our families. Usually every other Sunday we would hang out at either her mom's plus stepdad, her dad plus stepmom, or at my father's house. We liked driving to some nice nature and forests and took our dog with us and going for walks. Personality traits, I liked how impulsive she could be. Well, apparently she's too impulsive. But okay. I sometimes overthink things too much, thinking about whether we should buy it. Taking into consideration if we really like it, how our finances are at that moment, etc. She would just buy it in a snap, or book that vacation I was having doubts about. I really like that. On this we are complete opposites, I realize. I think, she does. Loved her humor. We really have an amazing connection with humor. We have exactly the same dry, corny humor and we always had fun together. I loved her honesty and how straightforward she always was. Until thing went downhill she would always tell me how she felt, what she liked and didn't like. For example, about 4 years ago I got addicted to a video game. I at that time didn't notice I was doing anything wrong. But after a few weeks she told me I wasn't making her happy and I really had to put more attention towards her and our relationship. Which I did. I then cut down the gaming to a bare minimum. Bro. I love the way she talks, the way she walks, the way she laughs. I love her looks, she has an amazing crap. I loved it that when she sneezes it's always 8 to 10 sneezes in a row. But as off right now all those feelings I had/have are rapidly fading away. As for our life I can be pretty short. We didn't have all that much. I'd say an average of 2 times per month since we were married. In my opinion it was always good though, not sure about her opinion on the matter. Now that I'm thinking of it, we always both climaxed, unless she faked, but I don't think so, but the itself wasn't all that exciting. We'd usually do the same 3 to 4 poses and that's it. Update 1, okay, so yesterday I made some calls. In the Netherlands we have something called a mediator. They handle all aspects of divorce. So this mediator does the lawyer's work, financial, emotional talk, etc. It's like an all-in-one kind of person that helps 2 people with arranging the divorce. Today we had the talk with this mediator. Unfortunately my soon-to-be ex's car broke down, so I had to pick her up. And yes, I really had to. For this all to work and get the divorce through this mediator, it is crucial that both me and my soon-to-be ex are at the meetings with him. Anyway, talk went pretty good in the way I expected. We both expressed our feelings about wanting to get divorced, but the infidelity was never mentioned.